These improvements aim to prevent similar accidents in the future and ensure safer flight operations within Nigeria. Legacy of Nigeria Airways, Flight 357. The tragedy of Flight 357 remains a significant event in Nigerian aviation history, serving as a reminder of the importance of strict landing protocols, pilot training and airport preparedness. The loss of life was a stark lesson on the risks of poor weather landings. The survivors' stories highlighted the importance of rapid emergency response. Nigeria Airways eventually ceased operations in 2003, partly due to concerns over safety and mismanagement. Although the airline is no longer operational, the lessons from Flight 357 continue to influence aviation safety policies in Nigeria and beyond. Conclusion: Nigeria Airways Flight 357 was a preventable tragedy caused by a combination of pilot error, bad weather, and inadequate emergency response. The crash underscored the need for better aviation training, improved communication, and stronger airport infrastructure. While aviation has come a long way since 1990, incidents like Flight 357 serve as reminders that safety should always come first in air travel. The lessons learned from this crash helped shape improvements that have made flying safer today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one. Following the crash, emergency responders rushed to the scene, but the situation was chaotic due to delayed response times. Sokoto's airport lacked well-equipped rescue teams, leading to delays in evacuating passengers. Limited medical facilities. Some survivors had to be transported long distances for proper medical treatment. Passenger panic. Many survivors reported confusion and poor emergency coordination during the evacuation. Despite these challenges, most passengers survived, although several sustained serious injuries. The accident left the Nigerian aviation community shocked and searching for answers. Investigation and findings. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, and aviation experts launched an investigation into the crash. Their findings pointed to several critical factors. Pilot error. The flight crew failed to execute a proper approach and landed too fast, reducing their ability to stop safely. The decision to continue landing despite poor visibility was risky and avoidable. 2. Weather conditions. Dust storms and low visibility created hazardous landing conditions. Better coordination with ATC could have prevented the landing attempt. 3. Airport infrastructure issues. Runway length and conditions at Sokoto Airport may not have been ideal for a DC-9. Under those circumstances, emergency response capabilities were inadequate, delaying assistance to victims. 4. Lack of crew training for adverse weather landings. Pilots needed better training on handling difficult landings under poor visibility and crosswinds. Standard operating procedures (SOPs) should have required a go-around, rather than attempting to land in unsafe conditions. Lessons learned and aviation changes. Following the crash, several changes were recommended to improve aviation safety in Nigeria. 1. Enhanced pilot training. More emphasis on landing techniques under challenging weather conditions. 2. Improved air traffic communication. Stronger protocols to delay or divert flights during unsafe conditions. Nigeria Airways Flight 357. The tragic landing crash. On June 24, 1990, Nigeria Airways Flight 357, a McDonnell Douglas DC-9, crashed while attempting to land at Sani Abacha International Airport in Sokoto, Nigeria. The accident resulted in the deaths of at least 9 people and left many others injured. The crash was caused by pilot error, poor visibility, and miscommunication with air traffic control, ATC, highlighting critical issues in aviation safety. This disaster became a significant case study in Nigeria's aviation history, leading to discussions about flight crew training, emergency preparedness, and air traffic management. Background of the flight. Nigeria Airways Flight 357 was a domestic flight, operated by Nigeria Airways, the country's national carrier at the time. The aircraft, a McDonnell Douglas DC-9, was a popular twin-engine jet designed for short to medium-haul routes. Departure: Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, Nigeria. Destination: Sani Abacha International Airport, Sokoto, Nigeria. Passengers and crew: over 80 people were on board, including both passengers and flight crew. The aircraft was flown by an experienced captain and first officer, with a full complement of flight attendants and cabin crew, responsible for passenger safety. However, what started as a routine flight soon turned into a deadly tragedy. The flight and approach to Sokoto. The flight departed Lagos without any issues, cruising at its assigned altitude as it made its way towards Sokoto, a city in northwestern Nigeria. The journey was expected to be uneventful, but as the aircraft neared its destination, weather conditions deteriorated. The airport was experiencing reduced visibility due to dust storms, a common issue in parts of Nigeria. ATC provided landing clearance, but there was poor communication between the pilots and ground control regarding weather conditions. The pilots proceeded with the landing despite the challenging conditions. The crash, a fatal landing attempt. As Flight 357 approached the runway at Sokoto, several critical mistakes were made.